Hi folks, how are you doing? I just got back from walking down to my polling place, which was Jim Bowie Middle School in Richmond. It's right down the street on Plantation Drive, right down the street from my house. So I walked down there. I left at 6:30, got there a little bit before 7 o'clock when the polls opened today for the first day of early voting here in Texas. And so I was in line with a bunch of folks. There were about like 9 people in front of me. And then as it came closer to the time of 7 o'clock, there was about like 20, 30 people behind me. It was something else for the first day of voting here in Texas. And what was funny was I did go and vote, but I was standing right in front of a guy who was telling me how bad FEMA was. And I said, really? I said, my nephew works for FEMA, and he's out in North Carolina right now. And he says, oh, they're stealing stuff from folks, and they're taking all the money. I said, no, I don't think they're doing that. I just told him that he's trying to get people signed up to register to get, apply for federal emergency grant loans. And that grants, basically, and some loans, I suppose. I don't know. But that's what he's doing. He says, no, they're stealing things from people and everything like that. Really? I said, you actually believe that? He says, yeah. He says, they got a FEMA camp in Alaska that holds 2 million people. I said, in Alaska, they have a FEMA camp that holds that? So I just wanted to tell people, yeah, I went out and voted today, but that conversation was just totally off the wall. It was like they said about Kramer and Seinfeld. It was bonkers. But, I didn't disrespect the guy. I just said, okay, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But it's interesting to see how many people are actually believing everything that they hear and sometimes what they see on various social media posts, okay? I'm posting this because I did vote and I enjoyed voting today. And I wanted to say also, this is the first time that I've ever early voted, okay? Most of the times I wait until election day to vote, and I just like the feeling of voting on election day and doing that. However, this year, because of what they've done in Texas, I wanted to make sure that I voted early, because just before the election got ready to get going and before the end of voter registration, they did what they called in Texas a purge of the voting rolls to purge out people who had not voted in a while. So I wanted to make sure that I was first qualified to vote because of I just got here, so I voted in every election they had except for one school board election, and it was on a Saturday. I didn't remember. But I voted in all the elections, but I didn't want to be cut out of the process. So I double checked everything. They did it at our church, at the Friendship Missionary Baptist Church in Sugar Land. They checked all of our registration and everything like that to make sure that we were indeed registered and could vote. So I just wanted to make sure I went in there as early as I could and voted. And I did that today. And it was a very easy process here in Texas because, I'm going to say in Fort Bend County in Richmond, Texas, because the ballot's set up here. And I suppose it's this way all around in Texas because most of the legislature is totally, the state legislature is totally Republican. So at the top of every ballot is a Republican candidate and then the Democratic candidate. And it goes for every office down the line, up and down the line. So it was easy for me. I just went to the second person and just pushed. I didn't even look at their names. I did sometimes. But, I made sure that they were all Democratic, voted all Democrats. And then I went ahead and looked at the last page. And there were just 2 positions for a precinct 1 position. And they were both Republicans and two positions. And I says, well, I'm not going to vote for that guy, because I've declared myself a yellow dog Democrat. That was back in the time when President Obama was elected president and they disrespected him so much. That's when I changed from a regular Democrat who would report for some, I'd say moderate Republicans who had good issues and good plans like that, and I vote for them sometimes. I did that most of my life until then. And then I said I'm going to be a yellow dog Democrat. For those of you that don't know, I learned this in Texas in the 1980s. A yellow dog Democrat is a Democrat who will vote for a yellow dog if he's on the ballot and there's a Republican running against him. So that's what I turned into when President Obama was elected president twice and had a very excellent record and left a big surplus that President Trump, the former president, ran through like butter and gave tax breaks to all the rich people. It's not a campaign commercial or anything like that, but I'm telling you, get out and vote. You still have time because it's actually October 21st here in Texas, the first day of early voting. So make sure you get out there and do that. How come I can't say early voting? Oh, I did that time really good. Okay, so that's it. And hey, this is the first time I've actually face-to-face you guys in a long time, and it's the first time I put a video on YouTube in quite a long time. I've been doing the hummingbirds and ducks and everything, and those were on TikTok. And I did do a short TikTok video as I was walking out of the pole that I'm going to post today. But this is the first time I've been on YouTube in a long while. So enjoy it while you can. I don't know when the next time I'll be back. Okay, well, that's it for now. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next time.